Hello you guys, so Tara here. I am just checking in to see how the 10-minute marriage challenge is going for all of you. We are 2 weeks in and we know from the last round that this is kind of the point where you guys, we were finding that couples kind of go in 3 different directions. So I'm going to touch on that, but I want to give you guys a little bit of feedback on how it's going for Jamie and I. And also, excuse the mess in the background. So if you followed along our journey on Instagram, you know we just moved. We haven't unpacked yet, and so it's kind of a hot mess here at our house. And this is actually kind of funny. I have everything propped up on Tasha's high chair because I can't find any of my stuff. We have to unpack those boxes. But even with all the chaos and all the craziness going on, Jamie and I are still doing the 10-minute marriage challenge, and we've noticed an amazing difference in our marriage. And one thing I wanted to share with you guys that's been pretty cool is since we did the last round, and since starting this round, I have noticed personally that I've been a lot more intentional about doing things for Jamie, even outside of the marriage challenges that are being texted over to us. So, for example, if you follow on Instagram, the other day, I was out with my family, we were at Walmart, and these cute little elementary school baseball players were selling popcorn, and Jamie loves popcorn. It's okay, but I know he loves it. So I bought some for him, and then my sister had the idea to write like these love notes and put it all over. But this was like something not on a day when I had received a challenge to do something for him, but it was kind of on the front of my mind. Like every day now I'm kind of thinking, what can I do for Jamie? Because it's starting to create that really great habit. So just one thing, personal experience that I've noticed that's been really great from taking these challenges and being really intentional about it. But here's the feedback, different scenarios I want to share with you guys. And I want you, and as I share the 3 different scenarios we have gotten from different couples, I want you to kind of listen and figure out which one you're in. So the first one, and again, your experience might be totally different than mine, which is totally fine. I think though that whatever your experience is, it's going to fit in one of these 3 scenarios. So here's scenario A. You are like all in. So right from the beginning, you jumped in with both feet. Maybe your sweetie's doing it with you. You're hitting every challenge. You're doing it. You're noticing a difference right away, and it's really improving your marriage. So that's scenario A that we've been hearing from a lot of couples. And that usually comes from the couples that are doing the challenges, or if they're not loving the ones that come through, they come up with something on their own that they know their sweetheart's gonna love. And because they're so intentional and they're not missing a beat, they're noticing a lot quicker than maybe other couples as far as a difference or an improvement in their marriage. So scenario A, that's not you. Here's some other scenarios. Scenario B, have you been slacking or procrastinating just a little bit? So Jamie and I actually in the first round, we did slack a little bit and we kind of missed a few of the challenges, and that might be you. So it's okay if you have missed some. If you have, just make a decision. Are you going to just ignore all the challenges that have been set out already and start with the next one we send out? Fresh, clean slate, and don't have a guilty conscience at all. You can go in that direction. Or if you really, really want to catch up, then go ahead, open all the challenges that have been sent to you, jot them down. And you know how on your phone you can like have a little note section? You can jot those all down and you can start just crossing those off in addition to the ones we're going to be sending to you in the future. So totally different things you can try. They're both great, but we don't want you to lose momentum. This is still fresh. It's only been 2 weeks in, and so you can definitely get back on track. All right. So step it up if that's you. Now, category 3 is those of you who maybe you jumped on, but your spouse isn't quite on board. And for some marriages, or maybe your spouse is doing it with you, but they're not doing their challenges like you are, or vice versa. They're doing the challenges and you're not. So if you're in that scenario, that's okay. Your spouse might be struggling a little bit more, but we've got a couple recommendations for you. So if it's you that's struggling, here's our different recommendations. And I keep looking over here because I have a few notes jotted down because I don't want to miss different things I want to share with you guys. But first of all, try getting in the mindset of not, I'm doing this and my spouse isn't doing it in return, or when are they going to step it up, but more of, I'm doing this because I love my sweetheart, and it doesn't matter if they don't reciprocate. I'm still gonna do it because my marriage matters. And then if something does happen, or if they do reciprocate, it's more of a surprise and a good thing instead of, well, finally you stepped up your game. And just remember, love is a choice. So you only have control of yourself, not your sweetheart. So focus on what you can do in this situation. Don't keep score. That's another thing I want to pass along if you're falling in this category or this scenario. If you're keeping score, then that's a recipe for disaster for your entire relationship. That is not what marriage is about. You are on the same team, and just keep telling yourself your marriage is worth it. And if you really focus on loving and serving your spouse for the right reasons, you really are going to notice a difference. And eventually, we've noticed that couples that have written into us and shared their stories with us, those couples that fall in this category, when they just go all in and say, no matter what my spouse does, I'm going to love them and serve them, and they're doing it for the right reasons, their spouse, for like almost, I would say like 98%, 99% of all the stories we've heard, the spouse eventually starts reciprocating and notices this extra effort, and then they start putting in extra effort too. So just be patient, have the right intentions and the right attitude, and this is going to be such a great thing. You signed up for these challenges for a reason. So don't give up, keep going, and wherever you are, whichever scenario you fit into, there is still so much time to make that big difference in your marriage that you were hoping for when you initially signed up. So I wanted to share, we've been getting a lot of feedback from a lot of different couples, and so I picked a couple favorites that I absolutely love, and I want to share those with you. I've got a husband in here and two different wives that wrote into us that I just love what they said. So the first one's from Amy H, and she said, I had a really long and hard week, but when my husband told me I could sleep in on Saturday and he would take care of all of the kids, it suddenly became the best day. This 10-minute marriage challenge is the best thing ever. We are having so much fun surprising each other, and it's nice knowing we are both actively working on loving each other. I feel like he has my back, and it's a great feeling. So I love what she said. It's making a difference in their marriage. And then this is from a husband, Rickson Heath. This is what he said. My wife usually struggles with being positive and always seems down. I've missed who she used to be and who we used to be together, but suddenly she's being flirty again, and she always seems to be smiling. I had no idea 10 minutes could do that. I wish I would have been more intentional about being romantic sooner. Thank you. So that's a great husband there who stepped up his game, and he's noticing what difference makes in his wife. And then Jennifer R. Robbins, this is what she said. I'll be honest, when I saw the first couple of challenges, I thought, this is it? This is something teenagers would do. Why did I pay for this? But since we promised each other we would both commit to it, I decided to do them anyway. And now I have to apologize for doubting you. I can't believe how much little love notes and these simple gestures meant to my husband. I thought he would think it was silly or dumb, but he loved it. When I told him I was afraid he would think it was juvenile, like what we used to do when we were teenagers, he said, but isn't that the point? When we were younger, we couldn't keep our hands off of each other and we were crazy in love. I guess if doing these things is what helped us fall in love, it makes sense it can help us stay in love too. So really great feedback from different couples who are applying these challenges to their marriage and they're noticing a difference. So just remember why you signed up. Why did you sign up in the very first place? And keep that kind of in the forefront of your mind as you move forward and you receive these text messages, or if you're international, these emails from us, and do this for your sweetheart, for your relationship, and for your children. Because when your children see you being intentional about your marriage and a really healthy relationship, it's setting them up for success for future, for their relationships. So this challenge is all about action. It's all about getting these challenges, actually doing them, and really taking it seriously that in 24 hours, I'm going to knock out whatever this said, or something that I think of that my sweetheart is going to love. So the key is being consistent. And again, if you got sidetracked and you're kind of off, or you're not doing them all, or you haven't done any, it's not too late to jump in. It's only been 2 weeks. So you can totally start fresh, recommit to doing this. And I promise you, if you do this, you are going to see a difference in your relationship. So just to close out, we want to hear from you if you've got some feedback from us, or if you want to share your story and how you've already noticed a change, please let us know. You can email us at divas@thedatingdivas.com. We would love to hear from you. And if you have friends that are sad that they missed this, we do have a wait list because, you know, we open it and close it. We usually have it open for a week at a time, then we close it for 3 months. So we do have a wait list they can sign up at as well. You can email us at divas@thedatingdivas.com, and we'll give you the link to send to all of your friends and family members so they can get in on this the next time we open this back up. So, and if you have any suggestions on how to make these challenges even better, or any really great date ideas we could create and send out to you guys. Let us know, because we are all ears. So I think that's it, but keep going, and I will keep touching base with you guys. And I believe that's it. Maybe next time you see me, I'll have this all put together a little bit better. Okay, good luck.